Hey guys, welcome back to another Missing 411 video. Today I have 5 cases that truly are strange and unexplainable. These cases will range from unsolved disappearances to unsolved murders, to ones that did find the body, but were not solved in any more ways than that. So, let's get into these odd, strange, and weird cases from our national parks across the country. And if you have any cases you'd like to see on this show in the future, be sure to comment them down below. Number 1. Neil Blake. Neil's car was found abandoned unlocked with the keys inside at Kennesaw Mountain Park. There has been no activity from his phone or bank account since his sudden disappearance. With no real leads or clues to go on, it almost seems like a fruitless battle. No one is even sure what he was wearing last before he disappeared, or what he was even doing at the park. Now, he did visit the park often and did enjoy the trails. Maybe now got hurt and stuck on the path somewhere, or possibly sick like his mother thinks happened. Only time will tell, and hopefully, it's not the answer that we're all dreading. Number 2. Liam Colgan. A Scottish man by the name of Liam Colgan seemingly just vanished into thin air while celebrating his brother's wedding. What would you do if you invited your brother to be your best man at your wedding, only to find him mysteriously gone on only the first night of celebrations? Liam was 29 years old at the time. Friends and family say this is very out of character of him. It has them worried too. One of the friends from the wedding said they saw Liam leave before anyone else. When Liam didn't show up for the event the next day, they knew something is very wrong. Liam's brother did recall him being pretty drunk when he left, and he did leave the party earlier than everybody else. What do you think happened to Liam? With so little information to go on, we may never know, but I do hope none of you go out for some drinks and end up being on one of these lists. Number 3. Joel PRESLER. In the Gifford Pinkett National Forest, a local hunter named Joel PRESLER went out hunting and never returned home. Deputies found his pickup truck on a forested road abandoned. This was alarming, seeing as Joel has hunted in the area for many years. There are no known medical issues with Joel as well. This case, like many others in this video, have no leads or real information. Strange disappearances have been occurring fairly frequently in the Pac West area, this one being another strange case added to the list of many unsolved cases. This case, however, does have a bit more closure than most. The body of Joel PRESLER was found 300 or so yards away from his truck. He was unclothed, which officials claimed was from hypothermic reactions. We see this as an explanation quite often in winter cases, but there is still no scientific proof that hypothermia causes people to shed their clothing. It doesn't seem that foul play was involved, but being less than a stone's throw away from your vehicle makes it very weird that this experienced hunter would have shed his clothes and allow himself to die of hypothermia only feet away from his car. Truly strange. Number 4. Julie Williams and Laura Winans. Julie Williams was found murdered in her campsite in Shenandoah National Park on June 1st of 1996. Alongside her was her friend Laura Winans. Both lay dead in their tent. The duo were last seen hiking the long trails with their golden retriever. The dog was eventually found roaming the park and turned in to forest officials. The campsite was located off the Brittle Trail near Skyland Resort. The National Park Service and FBI have worked together to try to find justice for this strange case. A murder with no motives or evidence left behind. But was it a murder at all? Speculation around the Shenandoah mystery has gone quite rampant online. Shenandoah National Park is no stranger to strange missing 411 cases. This one is sadly just another gruesome chapter of their story. Number 5. Jerry Thomas. Jerry Thomas was 70 years old when he decided to go out to Parrish Lake to pick some berries. The lake was less than a half-mile from his campsite. His friends and family noticed he hadn't returned, and at about early afternoon, they became worried. Being in his 70s, it would be easy for Jerry to fall and hurt himself. Search and rescue workers combed the area with dogs, air support, and everything else available to them. But Jerry was gone. With his limited mobility, they should have been able to find him or his body within a day of looking realistically. He couldn't have gone too far. His friends noticed he was gone very quickly and began searching immediately, so it's very odd. He has no history of mental illness and seemed to be in good health. This occurred in an Oregon National Park, which matches up with multiple other odd and unsolved cases just like this one. Elderly people are seemingly targets in these disappearances. Number 6. Sharon Yoxick. Sharon Yoxick went missing on March of 2013. Sharon was 68 years of age at the time of her disappearance. She lives right across the street from the Great Ohio River. She was last seen by her husband sound asleep in the morning when he left the house. When he came back, he found no sign of Sharon anywhere. The following week, they had a massive search and rescue expedition, which included local law enforcement, helicopters, and volunteers on foot and horseback. They even had canines and boats searching the area. Due to the weather conditions being so cold at the time, though, the search was not as thorough as it could have been. However, a canine did pick up a scent trail and followed it from Sharon's house to her mailbox. Sadly, the trail stopped there. This detail may seem typical, but Sharon's family was adamant that she did not walk out to get her mail ever, 'cause she couldn't. So, how could someone practically immobile get up and vanish? How could somebody with such a disability be able to avoid such a big operation of search and rescue teams? After a rough 4 days of searching, a pair of glasses were found on the bank of the Ohio River, which was later confirmed to be Sharon's. Scent dogs were brought back, but they only found her trail of scent going up to her glasses. Sharon Yoxick is not the only person to disappear under unusual circumstances from the area of the Ohio and West Virginia border. The Missing 411 series by David Paulides has covered several cases from the same area with the same details surrounding them. Spooky. Number 7. Sally Estabrook. Sally Estabrook was camping in Julian, California, when she suddenly went missing. Many people may know of Estabrook from her son-in-law, Dave Mustaine from Megadeth. Now, she had advanced Alzheimer's, so it was assumed that she had wandered away and been picked up by someone along the highway. But after searching the area thoroughly, no body or trace of her was ever found. Her body was eventually found, though. But the details surrounding this discovery were even stranger than before. Sally was found up a hill that had a tough rocky terrain. No foul play was involved, said the investigators. These details match up perfectly with many other cases. An elderly person goes missing and no one can find them, only to be found a short distance from their campsite, in an area they couldn't have possibly gotten to by themselves. Some people think she was picked up by a Sasquatch creature and brought there. Others think she just got lost and died from the elements. We may never truly know. Number 8. Jerry MCKOEN. MCKOEN was last seen in Malin, Oregon. Malin is the epitome of a small town, with less than 850 people living there. MCKOEN was seen driving away from his home in his brown and white 1986 GMC pickup truck. His truck had a distinctive camper shell that runs the length of the bed, with a Honda 185 XL motorcycle in the back as well. MCKOEN was allegedly planning on going hunting with a bow and arrows. He never returned home and has never been heard from again. His truck was later located on October 8th, 2 weeks after his disappearance, just west of Medicine Lake Road in a heavily wooded area south of Door Knob Snowmobile Park in Siskiyou County, California. There was no sign of him at the scene, and his case remains unsolved. Number 9. Amber Lee CRUICKSHANK. Amber Lee CRUICKSHANK was last seen on October 17th of 1992 at Lake Wakatipu. Both Amber's parents thought that the other was watching her, only to find out that no one was keeping an eye on her at all, and she had vanished. After 45 minutes, they called the authorities and search began. Kingston was combed over and over again. The bush, the lake, every house, shed, culvert, creek. Anywhere a little girl could have crawled in or fallen. Anywhere she could have been hiding or buried. Nothing was found. Officials say the toddler never entered the lake, which would have been the most obvious answer. Hopefully, after 25 years, maybe some sort of closure will come to light in the family. Number 10. Terry ROUSE. Terry ROUSE was seen at a party on Swamp Road in Waycross, Georgia, shortly after midnight on May 11th of 1991. Nobody saw him leave the party, but he was reportedly gone by 5 or 6 a.m. A Georgia State Patrol officer discovered Rouse's abandoned vehicle at the entrance of the Okefenokee Swamp Park on U.S. Highway 1 in Ware County, Georgia, later that following day. The car was idling, with the radio playing and the window rolled down. Inside the car was a carton of cigarettes, a lighter, a bottle of beer, and Rouse's clothing and shoes. The car was out of gas and the battery was low. Rouse's family was called to the scene and GSP handed the scene over to the local authorities. The family requested tracking dogs and evidence collection from the vehicle. The sheriff deputy declined as he felt there was no compelling reason to suspect foul play at the time. The car was promptly sent home with the family. Authorities recovered a pistol in the Swamp Road area after Rouse vanished, but the weapon was never connected to the case. So what happened to Terry? Did he get too drunk in the wrong swamp and meet the dweller? Or was he murdered by an unknown assailant? Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed these cases, and maybe, just maybe, we can help push some more information on this. Be sure to share this video around so people can see these cases and maybe offer some help or information. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and that subscribe button. Don't forget to also make sure you turn on notifications because I upload multiple videos a week just like this one.